Hello everyone, this is a little thank you video for all of you who support my work here on the YouTube. We actually surpassed 16,000 subscribers, and I mean, I've never thought this would be possible, and really thank you all for support, your engagement, and I just felt obligated. I need to step in front of the camera and what I have in plan for this year and for this channel and these videos. And this is actually a little introduction of myself, so you actually know who you're watching instead of just some arms flopping around the lathe. So I'm Tomislav, short is Tom, you can call me Tom, it's easier. I'm from Croatia, and I've been woodworking and turning for 17 years now. So I was in the trade school for woodworker at the age of 15. We start here to age 18. Here we have to learn all the branches of woodworking to be able to finish school, and turning was one of them. And I was privileged to have a great teacher on turning. He was actually one of the last teachers on this craft in Croatia, because the turning got closed about 25 years ago, and I was lucky in that way to be able to learn from the old guys. And I've been turning on my own lathe. I bought this little beast 4 years ago after seeing by accident on Fine Woodworking channel Richard Raffen turning a cherry ball video. I believe it's two-part series. I mean, I was mesmerized by it, and I bought the lathe after that, and just went for it, you know. The difference actually in my case is that this never could be my hobby. I need to provide for my family, you know. I need to justify the time away from them, as I have 2 boys and a lovely wife. So I need to justify that time, and for me the best way was to actually just make money out of it. Now, in the beginning, I already sell everything that I make, and but it wasn't enough, so I was too slow on the lathe, even with all that background in turning. Oh, I forgot to mention that before I bought the lathe, I was mostly spindle turner, because obviously not every day of the week, but when the time comes for, I don't know, some turned part, leg, something, I was able to turn it. And I asked myself, how can I be more efficient, more faster at the lathe, you know, especially on the balls. Spindles are not that problem, so I got some courage and reached out to Richard Raffen, and he answered the first mail and 1,000 later as well, and he helped me tremendously. I am a turner today because of him. So obviously we never met, we're other way on a different side of the planet, and hopefully one day we could meet, maybe at some of the symposiums or wherever. But he helped me tremendously, and especially in production, how to do production, what to do with tools, how to present them, how to sharpen them, and many other things about the shop, about the layout, about everything in turning regards. Thank you, Richard, as well, again. And there's a lot of things on my mind regards to what I'm going to film next, and there are 3-4 videos the old style I do. but there's a lot of ideas I want to do this style actually while turning, talking as well, and explaining how to do things, and or at least the way I do it. There's no one right way to do turning, especially. I was, like I said, taught by the old masters who like to keep things simple enough for them, and we have a motto. It was woodworking is not NASA science, translate to English. So you're not going to space with the lathe or with a bandsaw or whatever you're working on. So it doesn't have to be that precise. There are ways to get around stuff like that, as the old timers did, and they make one of the most beautiful pieces of furniture, turnings and whatever. And this is my approach, as I learned from them, as I learned from Richard, and hopefully soon enough I'll develop my own style. After this talking, I will turn this bowl. Actually not this one. I made this kind of video yesterday, and find out that later the audio was really quiet. I couldn't get it up to where you can hear it. So I went out today and bought a microphone, so I need to make it work so you can hear at least what I'm saying. So this is what I turned yesterday. It's around 10 inches. It's 4.5 tall or deep, and it's around 2 mm thickness all the way around. And as you can see, it was wet wood and wet piece of pear, and it already warped quite a bit. It's nice. Behind you on the shelf, I'll make a tour, like a workshop tour, and you'll see I have, at this point, I believe I have 380 bowls on the drying shelves here, and there's logs up there, cherry logs and walnut. I estimate around 100 bowls more, so maybe I bought a few logs more, so I'll get to 500 number. So this is the piece we'll be turning today. Similar piece, similar size. I'll be talking and how I turn the bowl, and I'm planning on a video as well on the steps, step by step, how to turn bowl safely without too much messing around with it, and there'll be alternatives as well, and hopefully you'll love it, you'll like it, and support as well, so I can keep making these videos, and hopefully some of you will get something out of it. I'm planning on making review videos, shop tour video, on my drying process video, bandsaw. I need to make a bandsaw video as well, because it's a really nice saw, and for that budget I believe it's very, very worth it. Anymore, let's go to the lathe and turn some bolts. So like I said, this is a blank 10 inches diameter, height is 4.5. Now we'll turn the speed down and feed it on. So I'll put the tailstock in. I learned from Richard why he uses spindle gouge to rough out the profile of the bowl, and when I did it myself, I just saw how much bowl gouges I was saving, and off we go. This lathe is around 50 kilos, but it's bolted on the table, and the table is bolted on the concrete, so there's a lot of mass behind it. so I can spin it a little bit faster. So it's less, there's less resistance to cut. Now this is running at 1060, 40, 60. Start on the side, go into wood and rotate it slightly. And again. You probably hear the shavings bounce around the microphone and everything, so awesome to hear it. So you can use the left of the point, like so. Or I love using the whole of the wing. This is the wing. So again, I can use the left of the point. And through the top. Like so. Again, I like to use the wing. So we need a foot. So something like there. Like I said, this is not in depth. We'll go through this quickly. There will be video series. More in depth. If you like this kind of format, of course. I'll use the foot as the bottom of the bowl. So I'll project the curve right, something like this. Now let's do a finishing cut from down here to up there. Push cut, shear cut, whatever you want to call it. I'll remove the tailstock. So this is 1/2 inch ball gouge, 1/2 inch here, 12 millimeters at the bar. It's asymmetric grind, so short wing, right wing, and longer left wing. Turn up the speed a bit. Now it's 1160. So I'm running out of rest. Let's move that here. Cut through vibration. So there is a lot of force keeping the tool on the tool rest instead of pushing it into the wood. We use the bottom or to the left, so the tool goes a little bit more closed to the left. Pick up the cut. and just slowly push the gouge on the tool rest, not into wood, so I lost the cut there. Start again. So you get shavings like this. Now I feel the tool is getting dull. I haven't sharpened it. You want to see the surface. So it's all cleanly cut, but there's a ridge. Few of the ridges where I stopped, like here, where I ran out of rest. So you can see the bug holes. That's generally not the thing I love about the bowls, but it's great color. Smooth this out now. Now you can use rough and style shear scraper, even flat. We'll go more into this. So I struggled a bit with the scrapers. It's so fine on wet wood like this, but when you're working with, I do a lot of sets of bowls, like breakfast bowls or dining plates, and I do a lot of dry stuff, dry wood, and on some species like maple. At here maple that I'm getting, the scraper is actually not that great option, but I learned that the pressure is pretty much everything with the scraper, so you really need a light touch. So this is flat on the tool rest, and the pair usually works awesome, like no matter what you do with it. But this is, we can leave it like this, but we can shear scrape it even more if the wood is stubborn. So you tilt it up on edge. I'll finish this part later when we jam chuck a bowl. So again, the part I struggled here was that pressure. If I put too much pressure, I don't get a smooth surface. So really light gliding, very light gliding over surface, and let the burr do the work, you know. This is scraper, and now I have, for stubborn woods, I have this guy. This is from Ashley Eels in England. It's 13mm bar. It's somewhat of a hybrid from ball gouge and spindle gouge. It's I believe it's called Martin Pigeon ball gouge or something like that. Gouge, very long wing on both sides, so the handle goes really low. And just lightly go over the surface, and you get similar shavings like on the scraper. This is quite smooth surface, so we'll switch it around. Now I can unscrew it, hopefully not drop it like this. Get the chuck. It's running nice and true. Okay, so the next thing is to flatten out the top. I can use the 1/2 inch ball gouge. This is the easiest way for me, at least. Just peel the side grain, you know. Now you can as well make it smooth here, flat, smooth, whatever, and just go like that. Now this would be cored out, but in this case I'll just hollow it, it's faster. Now I can do it with this one. So the principle here is, you all know the skiddy, right? Skid across. So that's when the tool is, when nothing will happen if the tool is closed, the flute is at 3 o'clock. When you have the handle level and the flute closed, in most cases it won't slide if you go gently. But if you open up, if you approach it like this, like open or drop the handle, it will go like this. And it does nice spirals, clean ones. Now this is a problem, especially if you're doing like a platter with a painted rim. So you've done all the painting and everything, it's all finished. You just have to hollow it out, and you just ruin it all, you know. You don't have to hold it like it's going to run away. You can, but the principle is, let me just get this down and get some speed. So the principle behind this is you need to stop at the rest. So this will prevent to go that way, and you close the flute. And first of all, go slowly into the wood until the bevel at the point reaches the wood in, goes into the wood. Now you can rotate it slightly and go forward. You don't need this hand. We can do it again. Now, of course, when you're going further in, the tool does need some weight behind it, but this is, by the way, a crown ball gouge. So I have a bigger ball gouge. This is 16mm Henry Taylor one, 5/8. Sorry, I believe it's 5/8. The same grind. It's asymmetric roughen style grind. Same principle. Now, what I like about this grind, especially when I hollow it, because I'm peeling the wood, the inside, all the way basically to the bottom. No matter where I am, of course, when I turn it, then no longer is peeling side grain, we're facing the end grain. But this allows me to peel it the more I'm in, you know. So this is just peeling the side grain. This is the most easiest cut on the tools. You can clean the rim. So you see here I don't use a lot of force or anything, you don't need it. In slightly. Now, to get even more aggressive cut, you can drop the handle a little bit more and open it up a little bit even more. Just be careful, if you open it too much, the wood will grab the left wing. So hopefully you can see how we're peeling the wood. Now we're facing end grain, of course. Now this is something like a rough out bowl. You can leave it like this, just soften the edges, and that's it. It's a lovely shaving, you know, it's colorful. The reason I'm not going at this point further down, because I want to get it thin in the first third, then the second, then the final third. If I'm trying to do it all in one go, the bowl will start to flex a little bit too much. We'll stop here. Take it a bit smaller. This one is a little bit smaller and has a little bit steeper bevel. So at this stage I'm going to put my hand behind the cut here. Slowly enters. Open it up. It's okay up here, just a little bit more. So at this stage I'll close the flute a little bit more, so I'm cutting with the lower part of the point and onto the right wing, so it's really clean cut. Like so. And now that's pretty much even. Let me stop and check it. So it's cleanly cut. So let's go to the next third. Light pressure on the wood. Let me just see how that looks. A little bit thick. So light touch. Now I didn't get the first cut just right. So if you put it flat like this, you're asking for trouble. So up on edge, just slightly. Now this is all nice. Again, hand behind the hut and slowly. Now you can use a scraper. Just continue the curve. Light touch, very light touch. Popularly known. Okay, so that's pretty nice. So this is one of the bowls from the shelf and I already used it. More. Now I could use calipers to measure it, but a bit lazy. We're very close. I believe this is it. Right. Nice. You get a crunching sound. You know you did it right. Now I want to remove not all of the foot, but I'll remove like so. I want to smooth this part and just shear cut to the center. Nice and light cut. So we want to taper it in a little bit more. Like that. And just shape this part, blend it in. Now this is where the long left wing comes in handy on the spindle gouge as well. You can use it as a shear scraper. Or you can just grab a scraper. Just light touches. Now the best part about jam chucks is that while if you hold it like on a vacuum chuck, this part of the wall of the ball is not supported, but if you jam it on a perfect circle, now it's act like a solid piece unless you go through it. But there's a little bit of a thick spot here. Now should I shape it or not? Just a tiny bit. I can try. See how it behaves. Just a light touch. Like so. That's let's put some decoration at the bottom. Now usually I just do 2 V grooves, one this way, one this way, and that's done. Like so. And that is it. It's nicely done. No tear out, no, so you don't need to sand it. And that's it, just get it off. Let's see if the easy way goes. Usually does. There we go. Let me just blow the dust off. Nice thin ball, flexes nicely until it dries. There we go. So it's pretty good, not the best uniformity, but not too bad. Like so. The ball came out quite nicely. Nice and clean. It will distort pretty well. Nice size base. It will be nice for some fruits or something like that on the table. So this is from yesterday. Maybe a shade bigger or not. Not. At least at the rim. Hopefully you like this. So basically that's it. Thank you once again for support, watching my videos, commenting, and I'm Tomislav, and thank you for watching.